Hey, what's going on, guys? Steve here again. Um, I want to talk to you about something that was on my mind, and it's a few things that school doesn't teach us. I mean, a few of many things that school doesn't teach us. You know, about the real world, and I figured I would go into those today. Um, the first thing school really doesn't teach us. You know, I graduated in 1991. Which was a while ago. So some of the stuff I'm saying they might be teaching about now. They might not. I don't know. But I mean, from my perspective, in having younger kids that are graduating from high school, you know, a lot of things that they need to learn that are vital to their successful existence in the world after high school is not taught to them. So the first thing I wanted to go into is the first thing that's not taught in school is taxes. You know, they probably, I'm sure they talk about, what they are. And, from having a high school job, you might know a little bit about taxes. But taxes are necessary. And taxes will be a part of your life from now until you go into the box and go into the ground. No way to avoid them. Do we like paying them? No, but they're necessary. As a business owner, I have to charge tax. And a lot of my customers have a problem with that. But I mean, it's not me, it's the government. You gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah, they don't teach about really the fundamentals of what taxes are and how they're implemented in society daily. That's one thing. Income tax. They don't tell you what that is. Like, I was out here working when I first got my first job, and they're like, "Oh, you got to file for income tax." I'm like, "What is that?" So they're like, "Oh, that's taxes when you file. You put your money in. You put your money into. You fill out some forms and to see if you get any money back from the government. After you're done." After you're working after a certain amount of time, and you can get a refund. So I'm like, a refund? Okay. And I'll never forget it. This was probably 93, 94. And man, I wound up getting like $1,000 back. I thought I was rich. You couldn't tell me nothing. I'm like, oh, this is what they do? Oh, they can take all the taxes they want. Then you realize that little bit of money I got, compared to what they're getting from me, like, oh man, they got me. This is crazy. But I mean, just a little story. But taxes, man, if you teach your children about taxes, tell them what they are, and if you're already out in the world, do your due diligence, man. Learn about them. Because I mean, if you don't pay them and you get caught, you can get jammed up. Another thing I'm going to talk about that they don't teach us in school is, and this is a big one with me, is time management. They don't teach you how to manage your time to make it more efficiently, to go about your day and make your day more productive. I wish they would. I don't even know what grade they would start teaching that in. But a lot of people, I mean, even people my age, they can't manage time. It's like not enough hours in the day, and it's sad because so many people are non-productive and waste time. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people just on their phones all day. Now, I mean, granted, you got a computer in your hand, and it's going to be interesting stuff on there. It's going to be stuff that you like to do, or stuff that takes you out of your everyday. But the escape shouldn't be your reality. You have something in your hand that is primarily used, or had the idea of making your life more efficient where you could be more productive by using such tool. But with all the options and different things, a lot of people opt for entertainment than the responsibility or the mental stress of burdening themselves to do something they don't want to do. It might be work. You know, one of my sons asked me one time something simple. It was a basic question. I'm like, you don't know that? And, you know, it used to be a term where people say, I mean, he still say it. They'd be like, oh, you can Google it. You know what I mean? And I'm like, you got a computer in your hand, bro. You know, you sitting here looking at, I mean, YouTube is a great place to learn how to do something or to understand something. And I'm saying to him, like, man, you got a computer in your hand. That's like saying, man, I'm thirsty, man. I wish I had something to drink. You got a bottle of water in your hand. Take off the lid. Come on, man. You know, all you can do is type in what you want to type in. And the internet, it's going to be something there. It's something for somebody. You know? And not saying that you need to use the internet. Another thing is, I'm getting a little bit off track. Because, I mean, y'all wing my videos. I'm getting a little bit off track. But, it's, you know, you got a lot of stuff that you gotta excuse me for a second. I got somebody walking by me and they're loud. But you got a lot of stuff out here that's at your disposal. You know, take advantage of it. But yeah, that's another thing they'll teach us in school: time management, how to be productive, and how to, you know, schedule your day and get the most out of it. Another one is social skills, and that's a big one too. How many times, man, you've been out here and you've seen people just do crazy stuff and they're supposed to be considered adult? You know, like I was at the gas station 3 days ago filling up my gas tank. I go inside the place and I come outside and this lady's screaming, ah! Ah, I'm about to fall out the car! Ah! And I look over there and I don't know if she's serious or not. And she hanging out the car. So I'm like, oh, she might need help. So I get ready to walk over there. She's on the phone through the car. She got the door open. She's screaming. I mean, at the top of her lungs, like she got shot. Or she was having like back spasms or something. She's screaming, all out the car. Bro, come on. We don't know the joke. All we hear is just screaming. I'm thinking something wrong with her. And I'm like, you can't act like you the only person that's that's outside, like nobody's around you. And it's like, so make this long story short with that, it's like a lot of people are not considerate anymore. They don't say, well, hey, well, I wouldn't like nobody doing that to me, or I wouldn't do that. It's like they don't have home training. And that's a whole other thing. But yeah, social skills, like I'll give you another example. A lot of people don't know how to approach other people. Seriously, they don't know how to approach other people. It's no way I'm gonna walk down the street and see somebody and walk up on them and be like, yo, what the hell? What, nigga? That's not how you approach somebody. You know, I mean, it looks good on rap videos, and it looks good, you know, on different type of comedy sketches, but like in reality, that's not the correct way to talk to somebody. Another thing is, like, you got to be considerate. You know, like, I treat people the way I want to be treated, and I try to treat people the way they deserve to be treated. Like, just the way people ask questions, it's like they come off at rude, like being rude. And it seems like nowadays, a lot of time, rude is in. But what they don't teach you is everybody ain't the same. And rude to get your head knocked off. So, I mean, you have to be wary about how you approach people, and you have to be respectful about other people's space. Like, some people walk up on you and they be like this. Hey man, uh, excuse me, such and such. Like, man, what? Come on, man, back off. Give me some space. Like, I mean, everybody sees videos where, especially when we were hit with the pandemic, when that hit, people ain't want to wear masks, and I know my rights, and I know this, but you don't know to be considerate of other people. This is something that can make other people sick. Now, if it's something that just affects you, and that somebody else has a problem with it, and it's not hurting anybody physically, I mean, it's up for debate. But when you running around here and I don't want to do this, and you acting crazy and stuff like that, it don't matter who you are, male or female, you're wrong. And it's like, respect go a long way. Another thing, you know, that's that on that. But another thing is conflict resolve. I wish schools teach this. There's no way, you know, you shouldn't know how to de-escalate a conflict or stop it from escalating to a conflict or disagreement or anything. I live in Houston, and road rage, I see it every day because I have a job where I drive from place to place and perform my duties. Man, I cannot tell you, at least once a day I see some type of road rage incident. And that has nothing to do with the city or the state or anything like that. Because, I mean, it goes on all over. You see the videos all over of people acting crazy in the street. But everybody don't drive the same. Just, it's that, and then it's like, you could look at somebody, and hey, what you looking at? What are you, 5 years old, bro? I mean, it doesn't happen to me or anything, but I mean, I've seen it. Nobody cares in real life. Nobody really cares about anything. So all that, you feel as though you have to be somebody or you have to do this when confronted, you know, in the odds of confrontation, that all goes with you. You don't have to do all that stuff. You know, but I wish schools had some type of program where they could teach conflict de-escalation, because if not, it would be a lot of people, young people, that would be getting in trouble. And I think it would open the lines of communication better of, you know, when you're upset about something, it's a way to talk about it. And then after you talk about it, if you still don't come to the same results that you want to have, you could just walk away. You know, it don't take nothing to be like, you know what, man, do you, I'm done. I don't want to talk about it. You know, I'm going to walk away. But I mean, with the culture we in now, where everything is tough guy mentality and I'm going to stand my ground and stuff, a lot of stuff that people argue about, not even debatable. Or it could have been avoided by just somebody being like, you know, recognizing that this conversation is not even worth having. Or, you know, just hanging around the right people. You know, peer pressure is a mug, boy. You know, and that's just along the lines of what I'm going to say. Like, the last thing I'm going to talk about is entrepreneurship. You know, basics on owning a business. Once I started my own business and didn't work for other people, it changed my life. I mean, it took me to heights I didn't know. And it made me understand, when I was working for a lot of different companies, why I wasn't getting a raise. Or why they said, oh, we can't pay you that. But it's $1 million company. I never knew that. I never knew that, you know, my supervisor couldn't give me a raise, or he had to go through different chains of commands to give me money, even though I was doing twice as much work as the next man, because I wanted to make more money. I didn't know how to work smarter and not harder. But once I became my own boss and started my own business, it opened my eyes to a whole new world. And I understood, okay, this is why I couldn't get paid with that, because it cost this, or this is why they didn't have insurance, because they didn't want to pay that. And it was simple things. It was different things. I encourage anybody, like me, I stepped out with $200 to build my business, and I'm doing very well for myself, guys. I'm doing very well, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I love what I do. I love my customers. I love new challenges, along the line of where I'm at, and I really like meeting people. Once you get your own business, another thing is you understand taxes. We talked about that. Conflict resolve, dealing with customers. Time management, definitely. And social skills. I mean, all the things we talked about today, and it just hit me, deal with running the business. I would advocate that if you sitting there and you're watching the video and you had aspirations to start a business, I would step out there, because I'm telling you, it's nothing like working for yourself. Just the freedoms I had. It's nothing, and you never get tired of it. And opportunities will come out of nowhere. It's a wonderful thing. But time is a little running. I got to get running in a second. But yeah, I just wanted to share some stuff with y'all. Drop me some comments. Tell me what you think about the video. Hit the thumbs up button, man. Like and subscribe as usual. I make videos daily, and I try to give them some substance to them, and I try to just speak from the heart. That's why I pause a lot. But man, I appreciate you spending time with me as usual, and I'll see you on the next go round. And always remember, winners win and losers lose.